Let me guess, you've actually finally handed off that task that you, my friend, have been dreading to do for such a long time to one of your team members. And you feel such a wave of relief actually getting that task off your hands, only to find out that that team member could not complete the task or did not complete the task effectively. And you now have to spend your night, Saturday night, working on completing this task that you had already dreaded. It's now behind schedule and it is now out of your hands in doing it on time. This can be so frustrating, and I understand that the first thing you might want to do is say, hey, this person does not know what they're doing and they're the problem. But as a CEO, you have to figure out, what did you do that could have led to this person not being able to complete this task? And in this video, we're going to actually talk about the 4D delegation method, so that this way you can start handing out tasks that actually get done. But before we get started, please, if you like this video, like the video and share this video with anyone who might find this video helpful. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel. I put out content and videos similar to this every single Friday. So if you like videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. But with that said, and without further ado, let's jump right in. The reason your delegation of tasks failed is not because your team is incompetent. Sometimes you might be harming your team member by giving them a task and not providing them the proper resources to ensure that that task get done effectively. And we're going to actually cover that in the 4D method of delegation. It'll help you clean up some of your processes of how you actually pass over tasks, and it'll ensure that tasks get done on time and exactly the way it is supposed to look when it's all said and done. Aren't you excited for that? So with that said, let's jump into exactly what is the first D in the 4D. And that is, you have to define what that task is. Look, if you're giving somebody a task and they don't know what they're supposed to do, then chances are they're not going to get it done effectively. And sometimes this crucial step is overlooked by many professionals who are delegating tasks, simply because they expect that the person they're passing the task on to will understand what exactly is needed. But if you do not articulate it, they will not know. Let me give you an example. If I have a team member and I'm like, hey, John, I need John to go out there and create a calendar for social media. And I want this calendar for a month. And I tell John, please create a monthly calendar for social media. And John goes back and starts working on that. I know you're like, yeah, that's a great task. But John might start interpreting things the way he believes needs to happen. So let me give you an example. This will look like, number one, how many posts do we want to do a week? Well, I haven't told John that. So John is going to now do how much he thinks we actually need. I haven't told John what kind of post we wanted to do, or where we want the post to actually go, or what we want to actually say in those posts. These are all important factors in defining the task at hand. So before I give John this task, I'm going to think about, what is this task actually needed to accomplish? And then what parameters do I want to give him so that this way he understands the task fully? So an example of this would be, John, I need you to create a monthly calendar where we post on LinkedIn, and I want to post on LinkedIn 5 days a week. I want 3 videos and 2 written content. And I want the videos to be shorts, similar to YouTube, 60 seconds, and this is the criteria that I need. By simply having that conversation with John and passing on that information, John has a better opportunity to make sure he succeeds. And you, my friend, have taken that task off your plate, or at least took the first step. Now, the second D in this 4D delegation method is document. So we already defined what the task is, but now you have to document and make sure you provide documentation for this. So whether you're sending this in an email, whether you are sending this in a Slack messenger, or whether you're actually using a work management tool, which of course I suggest you do, and you're sending it over in a work management tool, you have to document that definition, and you have to document any supporting resources that your team member can actually use to get that task done. So let's say you told John all of these wonderful things about what you want for the task. John goes back and starts writing down and start getting really productive in that work on what he wants to get done for that task. And you come back and John has gotten things out of whack. Instead of 5 posts, he did 4. Instead of 3 videos, it's all written posts. Why? Maybe John might have misunderstood, maybe John missed something, or simply John did not remember. Chances are you could have saved yourself that by simply documenting what the definition was. And then in that same documentation, provide references, provide resources. Tell them, hey, look at last month's post and kind of make some similar edits to the calendar similar to this. Here's the old calendar. But if you don't have these things and resources documented, it'll be really hard to pass on that information to help John be successful. Next in this 4D method is designate. You have to make sure that everyone is clear on who is managing this task of this project. If you have a team of John, Sally, and Tom and Sally and John are all told to do social media, who's supposed to do what is going to play a key role in that conversation. I would suggest that as you're having those conversations with your team, you might want to break it down something similar to this. Hey, John, I need you, my friend, to go out there and start recording the videos or finding a vendor who can record the videos and get that done. So that might look like content, that might look like copy for the script, that might look like whatever, but John knows that's his task. Then we're going to go to Tom and say, hey Tom, I really need you to focus on all of the copy for each of these videos and each of the written content. Here is a list of all the content that we need you to do. Finally, Sally, I need you, Sally, to make the actual calendar. I need you to tell us when we're going to post what and what topics we're going to post. So I actually need Sally to do her work first, and I need everyone else to follow suit. But by breaking it down that way, everyone is clear on who is doing what and what responsibilities they have. This is what's going to help them stay accountable on the task. And if you did the first 2 Ds already, even better. They're going to be able to define it, they'll have clear documentation, and they'll know that it's theirs. So that's D number 3. As for the last and final D, it is deadlines. You want to make sure you articulate deadlines. If you don't tell anyone when this is due, they're going to prioritize other tasks that have stricter and harder deadlines because there's no deadline on this one, more over than what it is that you've asked them to do. So provide them deadlines. Tell them when it is due. Tell Sally, hey, I need you to get this done first and I need it to be done in 3 days so that this way John can start working on his part and Tom can start working on his part. And they're going to take a total of this day so we can actually start launching and implementing this calendar probably within the next 2 weeks. But by simply articulating that, you're going to help your team understand what to prioritize, when it is due, and what really takes precedence over the other. So here you have it. Here are the 4 Ds. Help your team be successful when you hand them over tasks by simply documenting, defining, designating, and providing a deadline. I hope you found this video helpful. Like I said, I do videos similar to this every single Friday. So if you would like to see more content similar to this, please subscribe. Also, there'll probably be a video playing on the left. Please click it if you're interested. I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for sticking it through all the way to the end. If you have any questions related to project management, please list it in the comment section below. I'll either respond to your question in the comment section or I will answer it in another video. Either way, I'm gonna make sure I get to it. But with that said, I appreciate you and let's talk on the next video. Thank you and bye-bye for now.